As of writing this video, Kurt Busch has missed 3 straight races due to a concussion from a nasty hit in qualifying for Pocono, and he might be out for longer than that. The way that the next gen car is designed is that the drivers are taking in more G's than they're used to. You have young drivers like Christopher Bell and Bubba Wallace complain about having pain after wrecking in races. With how the drivers are talking about how this new car and Kurt Busch, and he's already missing 3 races, you can't help to compare this wreck to Jimmy Johnson's 2017 wreck at Pocono, which transformed Johnson from a 7-time champ to never winning NASCAR again. The other driver that comes to mind is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s retirement after he also suffered concussions. Kurt Busch also has more seasons than any other driver currently in the NASCAR Cup Series. His first race was in 2000, so he's also in the retirement age zone. In recent interviews, Kurt Busch sounds more and more open to retirement. To me, there are 4 options for 23XI and Kurt Busch going forward. The first option is Kurt Busch retires after the 2022 season. The driver to replace him would be Ty Gibbs. He's currently 3rd in Xfinity standings and is already subbing in for Kurt Busch while he's injured. People have been debating if he should join the Cup season in 2023 or wait a year in Xfinity. This is up to his grandfather, Joe Gibbs. He said he wants Ty to wait another year in the Xfinity before joining Joe Gibbs Racing. On the other hand, Joe Gibbs is still working on a deal with Kyle Busch, but if JGR signs a deal with Kyle Busch for next season, Ty could basically have a practice season in 2023 with 23XI Racing before replacing Martin Truex Jr. or Kyle Busch in 2024 at Joe Gibbs Racing. And then Tyler Reddick's contract kicks in and takes a 45 car from Ty and races for 23XI. The second option is Kurt Busch retire to the 2022 season, but Tyler Reddick replaces him in 2023. Right now, Tyler Reddick is under contract with 23XI Racing starting in 2024 season. This move has caused Richard Childress Racing to be fuming. 23XI has stolen a franchise driver away from them. A lot of people see him as a future Cup Series champion. In fact, Tyler has said himself that he hopes to win 1 or 2 championships with RCR before going to 23XI Racing. 23XI could save him from the awkwardness and buy out his contract for him to join in 2023. This way there isn't a weird off year between their 2 drivers. The third option is Joe Gibbs Racing picks Ty Gibbs over Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch has said he will be willing to get a pay cut to stay with JGR. I don't know if he'll be willing to do the same thing with 23XI, but maybe Toyota convinced Kyle Busch to stay for 1 more year and replace his brother until Reddick is in. Or maybe Kyle Busch signs a multi-year deal with 23XI and drives for 45 for a couple years. And then Reddick can drive for 23XI as their 3rd car, if the team can afford to get another charter. The 4th option is what I think is the most likely option. Kurt Busch announces that the 2023 season will be his final season, and he gets sent off with a retirement tour like the King Richard Petty. It helps out 23XI Racing by having their veteran driver retiring right before their new driver starts driving in 2024. Kurt Busch has done a lot for his sport, with a Cup Series title in 2004 and 34 wins, including the Daytona 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. I don't want to see him retire, but every week it just seems more and more likely that he will retire because of this injury. He will no doubt make it into the Hall of Fame and leave the sport as a legend.